Hey there, Canonites. Welcome back to Halo Canon. Today I got something very special for you. If you've been following me on Twitter, well, not been, but if you followed me on Twitter, you might have seen this morning, I got to play the Halo Infinite campaign early. And that's what we're going to be going over starting today. So there's a limited amount of what I can and can't show you, or what I can show you, and a lot that I can't show you. But we're just going to kind of go through the different sections of what I can show you, which I'll get into in a moment. But I wanted to start with this particular scene, just because it's exactly what we thought back when we first saw it at E3 2018. The pilot finding the chief would start with the classic, look at this light to get your shit calibrated. And you know what? It's fun. I liked it. It was a nice little callback done in a fun way. We'll get into more of the first opening mission in just a moment. But like I said, there's a limit to what I can show you, what I can't show you, and the idea here is over the next 5 days, I'm going to release videos going over the 4 levels I can show you and the open exploration of Zeta Halo itself. And I'll just be selecting clips and kind of contextualizing them. Obviously, I'm cutting out major spoilers, both the stuff I was told not to show and just a few other things that I felt were like, you know what, fans would probably appreciate experiencing this themselves. So now we're here on Warship Gbraakon, I think it was called. This is your first mission. You might recall the E3 footage from this year. You had the chief floating through space, moving the marine bodies around all careful like while saying "fuck you, Covenant," right? This is where he landed at the end of that clip. The warship known as Gbraakon, one of the banished warships, which we see several of over Zeta Halo later on. But this is just the very beginning. Chief just boarded, so, you know, he's going around, killing a few grunts. I got the bulldog there. You can see a hologram there just off screen of what the ship actually looks like. But, you know, it's the shape that we've been seeing for a while now. I think since December of last year. Now we've cut forward a little bit. Oops, I messed up that grapple there, and I don't know why I stared at that for a few seconds. Anyway, I got the Mangler in hand now, and you get to see some terrible aim on my part. I love this new Jackal behavior, though, where they turn the shield like that. It's a cool new way just to add a little life to them. But anyway, back to the level, and my terrible, terrible aim. Even right away with Halo Infinite, it's very apparent how much thought and care 343 have put into this game, into representing this world. Like you've been hearing in the background, or at least seeing in the subtitles, the announcements over the ship PA system, and that's not an uncommon thing as the game goes on when you're on Zeta Halo to hear these PAs systems making these announcements, kind of reacting to what's going on in the game. It's really cool, which we'll get to that once we cover some of the exploration later on. But even right here in the warship, it's very apparent how much thought and care has been put into the representation of this world, and that's only going to get even crazier in the best ways once we get to the surface of Zeta Halo. General gameplay-wise, I've been finding the sandbox very fun. As you'll see throughout these videos, I really enjoy throwing the fusion coils and plasma coils and whatnot at enemies. And the grapple shot is so much fun to use. And yeah, there I can't shoot or throw a grenade to save my life, but they work. I really love just how powerful the spike grenades are. Because you saw earlier, even though I didn't stick people... Oh, the first introduction of Esherim. So I cut out the speech there, sorry. I cut out the speech there because I think it's worth hearing for yourself in-game. But he gave a little speech. You can see the brutes cheering. Now, the big thing with this clip... This is the first death I'm going to show you, and I haven't mentioned up to this point what difficulty I've been playing on, which is just normal. I wanted to go for a well-balanced experience my first time around, somewhere I felt I could perform well while getting used to the new systems. But, oh my god, this game is brutal. But I mean that in a really good way. There are a lot of times where I died just playing on normal difficulty, and most of the time I felt that they were fair deaths, that it felt like I wasn't getting cheated by the game. It felt like, oh, look at that. That was my mistake. I stuck him. I should have gone back into cover. And now we're just diving right back into wherever it picks me up. And, oop, touched my mic there. We're diving back in and approaching with a slightly different strategy. Rather than take a few out and then hit them with the fusion coil, I decided to take as many of them out or do as much damage as possible with that initial shot, allowing me to take them down a lot quicker and then get over to this captain, I think it is. I don't remember what the exact ranks are. I'm not quite used to them yet. But, you know, go take care of him. And now move on to the conclusion of the level. Oh, I love this. This proved that the humor is intact. Requires a hack. Oh, can you do that?
And you can do that.
So, we're just going to scuttle the ship. And I really should have mentioned much earlier, by the way, I have to talk over this. Any content I put out for this has to have voiceover. So I can't put out raw gameplay. I think that's fine, well enough. But I just want to let you know. I should have said so earlier. So yeah, in classic Master Chief fashion, if you can't hack the ship to let it release your pilot, because at this point we have been captured by the warship here. They're gathering UNSC material, if that hasn't been obvious. So if you can't hack the tractor beam, destroy the entire ship. I mean, it's not like Chief needs it for anything, right? I think, okay, that's the Gbraakon again, or that's another hologram of the ship.
I can see them.
Oh, the little things. I actually really kind of like the mention of brutes and the little things. It reminds me of the Halo Reach Crazed Marine. It's like, you know those little brunt things, man? I think the brute, or you know those brutes? That's us, man. Us turn covey. The little ones bite you and you turn, or something like that. I think I got the order of that sentence wrong, but anyway. Oh yeah, there's a nice brute rampaging and some wonky animation, but you get some wonky animations now and then, but, you know, that's pretty typical of games in general. The combat in this game has generally been really damn good. Oh, that was an ammo crate, by the way. There's some cool lore behind that the game gets into later, but neither here nor there.
Get ready.
Again, yeah, the brutes are really fun to fight. They are very, very distinct from elites. You know when you're fighting a brute versus fighting an elite. Anyway, time to scuttle the ship. And yes, that is a UNSC frigate just outside there. This opening level, oh yes, the Escherim once more. Something better. Escherim was a great character throughout the campaign. I loved every encounter with him. I wanted to leave in a little bit of his speech here, but we're going to cut away in just a sec because it's much better to be heard. So now that we're scuttling the ship, this is pretty much the end of the level. You have to escape the ship, and you do so jumping from these falling, exploding bases. These are like prefab bases that you'll actually encounter on the ground. Incidentally, that orange is going around. That's the scan. I was scanning for a skull, or yeah, I was actually scanning specifically to try and find the skull for this level. I have yet to find a skull in the campaign at all. They're really well hidden. I don't even know if the scan feature is supposed to show them up or highlight them. I hope so. Oh, and this I decided to go off and like, you know what? I'm just going to see if I can how far I can explore. This game really lets you explore, even in an early level like this, which is meant to be more tight corridors and much more guided experience to get fans used to Halo's mechanics and the basic ideas of a Halo game. There's a lot that you can just go around and explore, and I love the game for that. You will never get bored with this game, or at least I have yet to get bored with this game, just because there's so much I can do. And I don't want to get too much into what you can do in the world of Zeta Halo, because, you know, we're going to actually talk about that once we get there. Oh no, did I make it? I made it. But anyway, that's all for today. I hope you liked this opening preview of Halo Infinite. Again, I'll be cutting out spoilers whenever I do these previews, so you should feel free to go in and expect to just enjoy what you're seeing without getting spoiled on story content. The release plan for these is I'm doing the first one today, and they'll be releasing once a day over the next 5 days or 4 days. There's going to be 5 videos in total, basically. But as soon as those are ready, they'll all be live over on Patreon. So if you want to get an early preview of what's to come, you can head over there and check that out. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this early preview. Look forward to more content in the weekend to come, in the next few days to come, actually. And until next time, this has been Halo Canon. First, I'd like to give a big thank you to our Horospas patrons. First, there's Hope. Then we have Freight, Man in the Dark, Keisha Dila, Daddy Anarchy, Great Scott Productions, Jumpy Sucks Balls, and Lone Ronin 117. Thank you all for your amazing support of the channel. Next, I'd like to thank our theoretical patrons. If you'd like to see your name here or get a direct shout out, check out patreon.com/HaloCanon. You can simply support the channel or get additional benefits, such as behind-the-scenes materials, including raw audio for upcoming videos, or even shoutouts like this. All patrons now get early access to certain videos as well, and more benefits are to come. However, your continued viewership is more than enough for me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and maybe even subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. If you really enjoy this, turn on that notification bell so you can be among the first to see new videos when they release. But for all my fellow Canonites, keep on being awesome.